Welcome, ZASLOW Show 2.0. It is a Wednesday, the 31st and final day of May. Good to have you aboard. We are a Blue Wire podcast presented as always by Anidjar and Levine, accident attorneys. If you've been involved in any kind of an accident, 800-747-FREE. That's 800-747-3733. Title sponsor since before day number one. None of ZASLOW Show 2.0 is possible without the support of Anidjar and Levine, accident attorneys, 800-747-FREE. So, we are a day away from the NBA Finals. The Heat will make their 7th all-time appearance in the NBA Finals tomorrow night in the Mile High City. We're a few days away still from the Panthers. It feels like it's been forever since we've seen our favorite little hockey team in action, skating around there, kicking ass. That's Saturday night, Panthers at Vegas. It is kind of weird, right? Where the Panthers haven't played in forever, and their series is not starting until 2 days after the Heat series. The Heat series ended only 2 nights ago. Now, I do understand, of course, it's not as if both conference champions in the Stanley Cup playoffs have been waiting around like the Panthers. The Vegas Knights won the Western Conference the same night the Heat won the Eastern Conference Championship in the NBA. But, you know, they want to make sure the games are standalone. It's a blessing. Thank you. Hashtag blessed. That we don't have any NBA Finals games or Stanley Cup Finals games at the same time. Now, there are some days where there's nothing because built-in travel days are in the schedule for both sports, but we're never getting the same on the same night. You have to figure some of that is coordinated. They haven't been coordinating anything else. They didn't coordinate the conference finals. We just got lucky that the Panthers were on TNT and the Eastern Conference, the Heat, were also on TNT. We got lucky there. But you got to figure the NBA and the NHL, they coordinate when it comes to their final round. So anyway, we got a big show planned today. Here's what we got coming up. How would you like to hear from Dan LeBatard? I mean, come on. That's a guy you want to hear from. They had a disaster on their show yesterday. They lost power, and LeBatard is going to be on our show today. We'll be able to get all the good Heat talk out of him. We'll recap this series. We'll do all that good stuff with LeBatard. So we'll get LeBatard on the show today. He'll be joining us. Very excited to talk to him. You're not going to want to miss that. Also, what if I told you we're going to talk to ESPN NBA front office insider Bobby Marks? That's right, Bobby Marks is going to join us later on today's show as well. So we got a couple guests who are going to join us on the show today. One will help us recap what we just saw with the Miami Heat. That's Dan LeBatard. And another one, Bobby Marks, will take a look at these finals. I'll give you a hot tip here. And you know Bobby Marks always loves the Heat. Bobby Marks riding with the Heat. He's been riding with them all year. He picks the Heat to win the NBA Finals over the Denver Nuggets. That's not why we're having him on. We like him anyway. But we're going to get Bobby Marks on the show. We'll do some general NBA with him as well as Miami Heat basketball. But we got an action-packed show today. We got a couple guests. I'm so glad to have you guys aboard. So a couple things I want to get to before we get to LeBatard here. So number one, I want to send a huge thank you. I tweeted this out this morning. I want to, and you can always follow me on Twitter at ZASLOW Show. I want to send a huge thank you on behalf of everyone here at ZASLOW Show 2.0. As yesterday was a really big day for the show. Yesterday, predictably, right, was a record-setting day for the show. I told you guys, this has been going on for really over a month now, where the show is really growing. And it could be a number of things. It could be just words getting out, and, you know, I'm starting to get all of my audience back. You'd really be surprised at how long it takes for people to know where you are. My last, year and a half, I believe it was, year and a half, on terrestrial radio, I was on 560 WQAM. So much of my audience had no idea I wasn't on 790 The Ticket anymore. I'd been associated with 790 Ticket forever, of course. And I still associate myself. I mean, obviously, station doesn't exist anymore. But like, hey, when someone says, what station were you on all those years? I say $7.90 a ticket. That was my home. And the same thing now where, yeah, I've been doing ZASLOW Show 2.0 for, I think about 8 months now. Such a large portion of my audience still has no idea. I told you guys, I'll be at card shows. My older son, Corey, he's way into trading cards. I mean, there's so much money swapping in and out of my accounts, like, because of trading cards. I hope he's not dealing drugs. There's a lot of money going in and out, a lot of traffic. Anyway, so we go to these card shows, and I'll get recognized by a lot of the vendors. Clearly huge fans. ZASLOW, I'm such a huge, oh, thank you so much. It's really nice to meet you. Where are you these days? I can't hear you anymore. And it's like, yeah, I'm still doing the show. And these are clearly big fans, but they don't know yet where the show is. So the point is, there's still so much room to grow with ZASLOW Show 2.0. So much room to grow. And over the last month and a half, the numbers have really, really spiked. Is it because people are starting to find the show? Is it because I've done several appearances, including doing the entire national show with LeBatard recently? Yeah, I'm sure that plays a big part too. Is it because the Miami Heat and Florida Panthers and South Florida sports are in the middle right now of the best and most unique run we've ever had? That is probably the biggest part. But whatever the reason is, it's likely a combination of all three of those. And yesterday's show, predictably, was a monster. Record-setting numbers for the show, for this little show yesterday, and I'm super appreciative of all you guys. I had a bunch of people, bunch of my friends reached out to me yesterday. Hey, amazing show today, great show, and it's great that they did that because I really did feel after the show yesterday that this was a good show. I don't always feel that. You'll say, hey, good show, so it's like, oh, really? I didn't think it was a good show. Some days you feel great about the show. Some days you don't feel so good. That doesn't mean it wasn't a good show. It's just, I don't know. I didn't feel it was great today. But after the show yesterday, I really felt good about the show yesterday. And so when I get messages like that from friends, that reinforce and I told a few, I'm like, yeah, hey, ZASLOW, great show today. And I would write back, I'm like, yeah, I felt really good about today's show, which I did. And then to actually, I just randomly decided, you know what? And I don't like to do this. I don't like to check the numbers of the show regularly. That'll make you crazy. It's probably like when, actors, they got a movie coming out. Are you keeping track of the box office? You pour your heart and soul into it, and then you keep track of the box office. It's going to make you mental. And so I don't like to do that. I try not to. I don't do that. I'll check every now and then, but I certainly never check the numbers immediately. I never check the numbers less than 24 hours after yesterday's show. But for whatever reason, I decided to do that this morning, and I was, whoa. So that's why I sent out a message this morning thanking you guys. I'm really thrilled. Show's going in a good direction, and I really appreciate it. So I felt good about yesterday. I felt really good about yesterday's show, and it was, I got confirmation that the show was good because it was really a record-setting day for us yesterday. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Okay, so anyway, before we get to LeBatard, also, hey, real quick, all right, none of this is possible without the support of my sponsors. And you know how this works? Support the sponsors who support the show. We keep this thing going round and round. I told you, I'm never going to charge you for the show. There's never going to be any kind of fee. I'm never, ever, ever going to do that. That's when I will stop doing the show. But the way that it works is the sponsors, they sponsor the show, and you're supporting the sponsors, and that keeps it all going round, all right? And one of our great sponsors, been with us right from the beginning, Brunt Insurance. I love Brunt Insurance being on the show because I've been using Brunt Insurance for 10 years now, making sure that my home is covered. Matter of fact, I got a renewal coming up next month, and I'm going to talk to the man, Greg Brunt himself, 954-589-2783. 2204. We'll go over a few things, make sure I still got the exact coverage that I need, make sure that I'm getting the best price around. I know that I'm going to get that with Brunt Insurance and Financial Services. BruntInsurance.com, 954-589-2204. And not just Broward County here. The entire state of Florida, wherever you're calling from, all the way up Pensacola, all the way down to the Keys, you're getting the most comprehensive and affordable insurance around. Brunt Insurance most recently was rated top 5, number 5 in the entire country. Number 1 in the state of Florida, but number 5 in the entire country. And I told you, I've been with Brunt Insurance, getting my home insurance from them for 10 years now. Maybe you don't own your home. You need renter's insurance. Maybe you're in a condo. Yeah, Brunt Insurance is taking care of you. BruntInsurance.com. The market is super confusing. You can't do it on your own. There's going to be little stuff that you don't know about that when you call 954-589-2204, Brunt Insurance, fully licensed staff. They know your area. They're going to make sure you are covered properly. BruntInsurance.com, 954-589-2204. Let me take a sip of my coffee here. Everybody hold on. All right, very good. So, I don't play golf. Where's this headed, Zaslow? I don't play golf. All of my friends play golf. I wish I played golf. Now, the fact of the matter is, and I know this may be hard to believe from a lot of you, but I was a very good athlete. And so, while my friends were playing golf, my friends were on the high school golf team, my friends who play golf all the time, I was playing real sports. I was playing basketball. And I never had interest in golf. Hell, I picked up the Tiger Woods stuff so late. You would never catch me dead watching golf on the weekend. And I do regret that. I regret not, because now, I'll watch the golf now for sure. When the golf's good, it's really good. I'll watch it now even though I don't play. But I regret not being into watching golf 20, 25 years ago and really being part of all the Tiger craze. Never was. I regret that. But I also regret not taking up golf. So all my friends play. I can't play basketball anymore now. It's a disgrace. I wish that I played golf. And don't sell me on, oh, you could still take lessons, you could still do it. It's so time consuming. I see all my friends. Now a bunch of my friends are really good, but I see how hard it is, and they've been playing their whole life. I've never played. I'm going to start now. I can't. I don't have the time for it. I can't do it. It's too hard. So anyway, we went to Topgolf the other day. Took my family, the 4 of us. We went to Topgolf. And my older son, by the way, he doesn't play golf. My older son is very athletic, and he's one of those kids who's good at everything. And so we get out to Topgolf, and guess what? He can hit the ball. He's good. Now I say he's good, it's all relative, but he can hit the ball. He's got good form. It's clearly like, oh, if you play a little bit, there's something there. You could play golf. You would be all right at this. So I'm going to get up there. Now, I've never done Topgolf, which, by the way, really fun. We had a great time, and we suck, but we had a great time. So I have not swung a golf club, I'd say 25 years. A few times when I was in high school, I went to the driving range. Aqua Golf, right? Where they shot Something About Mary. You guys know what I'm talking about. Went to Aqua Golf a bunch of times. I haven't swung a golf club in 25 years. I've never actually played golf. I've never been on a golf course and hit a golf ball. I've never played. Hard to believe, right? Crazy. So I get out there to Topgolf, and look, I'm crushing the ball. And now I'm sure my swing is super ugly. I'm crushing the ball. I'm hitting it hard. But here's the thing. We're on the second level. You know, you got the first level, and then you got the second level. Maybe some Topgolfs have third level too, even. I don't know. But we're on the second level. And I'm crushing the ball. But here's the thing. I'm really not crushing the ball. I'm getting like 4 feet of air underneath the ball. And it's going really far because we're on the second level. And if I was on the first level, the ball would be skipping all the way down because I'm only getting like 3 or 4 feet of air underneath the ball. So super deceiving. And I suck out there, obviously. I'm hitting it hard. I'm making decent contact because I'm hitting it hard, but I'm not getting any lift under it. So if we were on a real golf course, I mean, that ball's skipping all the way down the fairway, you know? Like, it's not going anywhere. So anyway, and by the way, I was getting a little bit of the bug. I was like, this is fun. I would like to go on. I'd like to go, like my son and I, we're going to go to the driving range. We're going to go and hit some golf balls. We're going to see if this takes us somewhere. And my cousins and my uncle, they play golf regularly. Maybe we'll join them one time. I mean, we'll be horrific, but we're hitting the balls out there at Topgolf, so we're like, let's do this again. But I'm definitely terrible because, like I said, it was so deceiving how far I was hitting the ball because I'm not getting any lift underneath it. So these are terrible shots in reality. My next question, so we really enjoyed it. I'd like to go out to the driving range and see what I got. But my next question is, or my next statement is, I think I may have pulled my hamstring. So the first swing that I took out there, all right, and I came back, to the hub, whatever the hell it's called. And as I'm walking back, I told my wife underneath my breath, I think I pulled a muscle in my back. Now, I'm fine. I'm fine. Whatever. It's fine. But I'm feeling it now in my hamstring on the inside of my right leg. I think I may have strained my ham. Can you do that? Because you understand, I'm using muscles, a golf swing. I'm using muscles that, I've never used. I don't swing a golf club. So it's all unnatural for me. And I'm in a little bit of pain here. Is that possible? Could I have... Hit me up at ZASLOW Show. Or at ZASLOW J on Instagram, or I'm an influencer, of course. Could I have pulled a hamstring swinging the golf club? Because what else could it be from over the last couple of days? So I'm in a little bit of pain, and I'm wondering if I pulled a muscle at Top, if I strained my hamstring at Topgolf. Very pathetic. All right, we're gonna get LeBatard on the show here. Before we get LeBatard on, we'll talk all kinds of Heat basketball with him. I want to tell you guys, Water Cleanup of Florida, one of our great new sponsors. If you got a water leak in your home or your business, you don't know where it's coming from, you got to get on the phone right away. Water Cleanup of Florida, 954-900-8635. I've already had several listeners reach out to me. Zaslow, thank you so much for telling me about Water Cleanup of Florida. My man, the Greensteins, they have over 60 years of combined experience. Their team is going to handle any type of leak detection issue that you have. And I'm being told they're saving me so much money. They're out of my house now. They're already starting the project. We're getting it taken care of. I love hearing that. And one of the best parts about Water Cleanup of Florida, after they locate the leak and repair it, Water Cleanup of Florida is then going to clean, dry, and fully restore any of the damaged areas. Water Cleanup of Florida, fully licensed, insured, certified to provide that one-stop shopping that all of us busy homeowners and busy business owners require. No need to bring in other contractors. Water Cleanup of Florida is handling the entire project from start to finish, serving the entire Tri-County area, Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach counties. Call or text Water Cleanup of Florida, 954-900-8635, or go to WCUFL.com. You can check them out on Facebook and Instagram. Water Cleanup of Florida, 954-900-8635. Water Cleanup of Florida, we clean up your schmutz.